The misty veil of evening shrouded Archer Avenue, casting long shadows that stretched like skeletal fingers across the deserted road. The streetlights flickered to life, casting an eerie glow over the asphalt, as if warning drivers of the treacherous stretch ahead. Amidst this foreboding backdrop, a legend had taken root, the legend of Resurrection Mary. Rumors swirled like whispers in the wind about a ghostly figure seen darting across Archer Avenue, her long coat fluttering behind her like a dark cloud. Some claimed she was a young woman, dressed in a flapper dress, her eyes fixed longingly on the cemetery gates. Others spoke of a fleeting glimpse of a pale face, vanishing into the night like a specter. But one detail remained constant: she was always seen near Resurrection Cemetery, her presence as elusive as a whispered secret. Tonight, like countless others, Emily found herself driving down Archer Avenue, the GPS leading her on a shortcut to her destination. As she rounded a bend, her headlights illuminated a lone figure thumbing a ride on the desolate road. Without hesitation, Emily pulled over, her car's tires crunching on the gravel shoulder. The figure, a young woman with piercing green eyes and raven black hair, slipped into the back seat. "Thanks for stopping," the woman said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm heading to Justice." Emily glanced in the rearview mirror, noting the woman's old-fashioned attire, a long coat and a dress that seemed out of place in modern times. "No problem," Emily replied, her curiosity piqued. "How'd you end up out here?" The woman's gaze drifted out the window, her eyes fixed on the cemetery gates looming ahead. "Just needed to get out," she murmured, her voice trailing off. As Emily accelerated, the car's tires humming along the asphalt, an inexplicable chill crept over her. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Suddenly, the woman's voice whispered in her ear, "Let me out here." Emily's eyes snapped to the rearview mirror, but the woman was gone. Vanished. The car swerved, and Emily's heart skipped a beat as she slammed on the brakes. She spun around, but the back seat was empty. Frantic, she leapt out of the car, scanning the darkness. The only sound was the distant hum of crickets and the soft rustling of leaves in the cemetery. Resurrection Mary's presence lingered, an unsettling whisper that seemed to echo through the night. "I'm still here." Emily's breath caught in her throat as she stared at the empty space where the woman had sat. A shiver ran down her spine, and she knew she'd encountered something inexplicable, something that would haunt her long after she left Archer Avenue behind. And as she stood there, frozen in terror, the darkness seemed to close in around her, whispering a haunting question: what had just happened? The encounter left Emily reeling. She couldn't shake the image of the woman's piercing green eyes and the unsettling feeling of her disappearance. Desperate for answers, Emily began to scour the internet for stories about ghostly encounters on Archer Avenue. That's when she stumbled upon a community of enthusiasts and skeptics alike, all fixated on the legend of Resurrection Mary. One account caught her attention, a taxi driver claiming to have picked up a young woman matching the same description, only to have her vanish near Resurrection Cemetery. Emily's research led her to a local historian, Richard, who had spent years studying the cemetery and its paranormal activity. She arranged to meet him at a quaint cafe near the cemetery, hoping to unravel the mystery. Richard, a man in his 60s with a kind face and a passion for the supernatural, greeted Emily warmly. Over steaming cups of coffee, he recounted the history of Resurrection Cemetery and the numerous accounts of ghostly encounters. "Resurrection Mary is more than just a legend," he said, his eyes sparkling with conviction. "She's a presence that has been felt by many." As Emily listened intently, Richard shared stories of drivers, pedestrians, and even police officers who had encountered the ghostly figure. Each account seemed to weave a more intricate web of mystery and intrigue. Emily's fascination turned to unease as Richard revealed that several people had gone missing or died under mysterious circumstances near the cemetery. Suddenly, the cafe's lights flickered, and a chill ran down Emily's spine. Richard leaned in, his voice barely above a whisper. "Some say Mary's spirit is restless, searching for something or someone." Emily's eyes widened as she felt an inexplicable connection to the story. Richard handed her a dusty old book about the cemetery's history. "Read this," he said. "It might help you understand what you're dealing with." As Emily took the book, a piece of paper slipped out, bearing a cryptic message. "Look for the grave with no name." The words sent shivers down her spine. She knew she had to find that grave, but the question was, why? With the book clutched tightly in her hands, Emily felt an unsettling sense of purpose, as if she was being drawn deeper into the mystery of Resurrection Mary. The darkness outside seemed to press in, urging her to uncover the truth. Emily's fingers trembled as she opened the book, the musty scent of aged pages wafting up. Richard's parting words echoed in her mind. "The truth about Resurrection Mary lies in the shadows of the past." She devoured the chapters, uncovering a tale of love, loss, and tragedy. According to local lore, Mary was a young woman who had died under mysterious circumstances in the 1930s. Some said she was a dancer at a popular jazz club, others a victim of a tragic accident. As Emily read on, she became increasingly entwined in Mary's story. The book mentioned a grave with no name, hidden somewhere within Resurrection Cemetery, where Mary's spirit was said to rest. Legend had it that on certain nights, Mary's ghost would rise, searching for her lost love or perhaps seeking justice. Emily's determination grew. She had to find that grave. The next evening, Emily returned to the cemetery, armed with a flashlight and a resolve to uncover the truth. The air was heavy with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves as she wandered through the rows of headstones. She stumbled upon a weathered section, the stones worn by time and neglect. One grave caught her eye, a simple marker with no inscription, no name, just a date. A shiver ran down her spine as she felt an inexplicable connection to the grave. Suddenly, the wind picked up, and the trees seemed to whisper secrets in her ear. Emily felt Mary's presence, a gentle touch on her shoulder, a soft whisper in her ear. "Find me." The words sent shivers down her spine. Emily knew she was close, but to what, she wasn't sure. As she stood there, frozen in anticipation, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a woman, dressed in a long coat, her green eyes gleaming in the moonlight. Emily's heart skipped a beat. Was this Mary, or was it just her imagination playing tricks? The woman's gaze locked onto Emily's, and for a moment, they shared a deep understanding. Then, the woman vanished into the night, leaving Emily with more questions than answers. What secrets lay hidden in the grave with no name? And what did Mary want from Emily? The darkness seemed to whisper, "Follow me." Emily's encounter with the mysterious woman left her breathless. She felt an inexplicable bond to Mary's story, as if their fates were intertwined. Determined to unravel the mystery, Emily returned to Richard, the historian. His eyes sparkled with intrigue as she recounted her experience. "You've been chosen," he said, his voice laced with a mix of awe and trepidation. "Mary's story is one of unfinished business, and it seems you're now a part of it." As Emily pressed Richard for answers, he revealed a shocking truth. Mary's grave was not just a resting place but a gateway to a deeper mystery. According to local legend, Mary's spirit was trapped between worlds, seeking closure. Richard handed Emily a small, antique locket. "This belonged to Mary," he said. "It's said to hold the key to her story." Emily's fingers trembled as she opened the locket, finding a faded photograph of a young couple. The image stirred something within her. Suddenly, the pieces fell into place. The woman she had encountered was Mary, searching for her lost love. Emily felt a surge of determination. She had to help Mary find peace. Under the light of the full moon, Emily returned to the grave with no name, locket in hand. As she placed it on the stone, a soft glow emanated, and the air seemed to vibrate with an otherworldly energy. Mary's figure materialized before her, a look of profound sadness on her face. Emily reached out, and Mary took her hand. In a fleeting moment, Emily saw glimpses of Mary's life, her love, and her tragic fate. As the vision faded, Mary vanished into the light, her spirit finally at peace. The grave with no name now bore an inscription. "Mary, beloved." Emily smiled, knowing that she had helped lay a restless spirit to rest. But as she turned to leave, she felt a gentle touch on her shoulder. "The stories continue," a soft voice whispered. And with that, Emily knew that she was now a part of the legend, a keeper of the secrets that lurked in the shadows of Resurrection Cemetery.
Please subscribe my channel so you can get everyday new real stories.